Hey y'all, happy Sunday. So today we're gonna make some homemade yeast bread.
So we're gonna add 2 cups of hot water. And now we are going to take 2/3 cup of white sugar and we're gonna put it in there and we're gonna dissolve that sugar into the hot water. Now we're adding 1.5 packs of active dry yeast. You're just barely gonna mix that up. Okay, now we're gonna let this set just like this for 10 minutes until you start to see a foam on top. Okay guys, look at that. So that is what I was talking about. So just literally let it sit there until that foamy magic happens on top. Okay, so we are gonna add 1/4 cup of oil. Just add it right to it, okay? Okay, now we're gonna add just a pinch of salt, okay, you guys? Literally, like 1/8 of a teaspoon. So now that we have all that together, we're gonna go ahead and stir it. Okay, now we are going to add our flour to the mixture. So in here, I've got 3 cups of all-purpose and then 3 cups of self-rising. We're gonna start with 1 cup. Okay, so I've got the bread hook on. If you don't have this, it's not a big deal. Just do it by hand. I've done it for years like that. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Make sure if you're kneading it by hand and mixing all this together, that you add all of your flour, of course, but mix it for about 8 minutes. Okay, so I have all my flour in here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up and I'm gonna let it mix for a little bit. Okay guys, so I've turned the mixer off because I've started noticing that it's pulling away from the sides of the bowl. So go ahead and touch your dough. So my dough is actually still sticky, see that? So we're gonna add a tad more flour, okay? And we may need to add a whole cup more or maybe even 2 cups more. I'll let you know the consistency that's needed. Okay, you guys, so I've reincorporated the extra flour that I've added. And you see how it's just kind of hanging out? Go ahead and turn it off and now touch your dough. Oh yeah, y'all, that's really nice. I mean, it's still got a little stick to it, but not much at all. It's not coming off on my fingers this time. Go ahead and pull this out. Okay, so now I've got my dough here and I've spread out a little bit of flour and we are going to take this and we are gonna dump it on the flour and we're gonna knead it a little more by hand. And here we are. We are kneading the bread. And you wanna keep doing this until it has a good spring back. You'll be able to feel it. Beat that dough's ass, y'all. But don't overwork it. Now we're gonna stick this guy in our bowl of butter that we have here. It's a 1/2 stick that we've melted down. We're gonna put him in there and get him all good and buttery and coated. Roll him around really well. Look at that, y'all. Butter him up. Now we're gonna cover him with a warm towel and we're gonna set him to the side. We are going to let him set for probably about an hour or until the dough has completely doubled in size. You guys look. All right, this has been proofing now and it's literally almost all the way to the top, okay? And this is the fun part. Okay, so we're gonna just spread out a little bit of flour and that's just to keep it from sticking to your hands. Here goes the fun part. Put some flour on your hands. We're gonna make a fist, go right down the middle. Boom. Ain't that fun? Now we're gonna dump it onto the flour. Look how beautiful that is, y'all. That is good, healthy dough. Here's our little mini loaf pan. Go ahead and spray it up real good or whatever pans you prefer to use. Okay, so now I've got the dough in all the little individual pans and we're gonna let this rise until it's doubled in size, okay? About 30 minutes or so. Then with the leftover, I went ahead and put it in a regular bread pan. Straight out of the oven. Not the prettiest thing because I didn't cut them. I was just trying to do it fast. But you guys, I just took a bite of this guy and he is so good. You guys, look how cute that little mini loaf is, okay? You pull it. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. I wanted to show y'all how beautiful the bigger loaf turned out. This is how we normally make them, right here. The mini loaf thing was just a trial and error type thing, but they are actually really good. Y'all, it's beautiful. When it comes out, just butter the top. Make it, taste it, love it.